Hello Channel NITT viewers, I am DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. This is a very special episode because I'm going to talk about a TV series. I seldom do that. In the history of Channel NITT, we have only discussed two series before. And that's NITT the series and the Squid Games. And incidentally, I have never watched the Squid Games. But the series I am going to talk about next, I have watched. And that is Semantic Error, which happens to be another BL series. So this series has been released somewhere in March this year, 2022, but I only got to catch on it quite recently because it started appear again and again everywhere. So given that now I am into Law of Attraction, I told myself, okay, I will watch it. And to my surprise, it is really good. So as I have already mentioned in NITT the series, which was the other BL series from Thai that I watched last year, I seldom watch BL series because I do not appreciate sex scenes between two guys. I am more into storyline, I'm more into character. This Semantic Error really impressed me in a lot of different areas. Firstly, the story is really believable. Secondly, I think the director has made very intelligent use of lighting, colors and apparels to reflect moods and change in the storyline. So not only does the story unfold in a very smooth manner, it also unfolds in a very intelligent way. I would say that as an ENTJ, I am really impressed. Other part of the storyline that I really like is that I can easily identify the MBTI types of the two main characters. So in this series, Park Seo-hum plays Jang Jae-young and Park Jae-chan plays Chu Song-woo, and they are ENFP and ISTJ respectively. So I really like this series because the ISTJ is actually a duality pair with the ENFP. That means their cognitive functions and the cognitive stacks are totally inverted and upside down. None of their alphabets overlap. So the storyline is very interesting in the sense that it is actually a clash of real opposites. But in popular literature, there is already one very well-known ISTJ ENFP pair, and that will be...
Okay, here's a pole. Go ahead, show me.
I don't need a fishing pole, Bert.
Personally and generally, I do not really like ISTJs. One exception though.
What? Nothing? Nothing happened. Where's the confetti?
Now, I really like Count Dracula as a character, but I cannot imagine myself in the same room with Count Dracula. Now, back to Semantic Error, this series is so popular that it is going to release a movie in August 2022, which is the end of this month. I think Park Jae-chan has played this role as an ISTJ so ridiculously well. If you watch this series midway, you may actually think that Chu San-woo is actually an INTJ, but no, the ISTJ is what his MBTI really is. He's robotic, inflexible, and likes routine too much. And generally, this ISTJ is too logical. Now, as an ENTJ, I totally avoid ISTJ females. We clash big time because they really need too much details. I couldn't stand it. On the other hand, Jae-young, the ENFP, is really spontaneous. So this makes a very interesting pair and does life after they realize that they have feelings for each other. Now, BL aside, if in real life there has really been an ISTJ and ENFP couple, would this work? I probably think that it might not work in the long run, but yes, when they are in love, the ISTJ and the ENFP will change a little bit to suit each other in terms of their personality. But I also believe in something that Sang-woo says. Well, had the ENFP not been handsome or pretty, the ENFP is somewhat worthless also. And in general, it happens to every MBTI type. If we are not good looking, not pretty, not gorgeous, usually we do not really have the attention of anything that we want. Now, prior to this, I really resist watching drama serials because I think it is a waste of time. However, I watched this serial with the intention of learning something. I just want to learn something about the show. So I think it's a good show. I also want to learn something about the ISTJ and the ENFP. And so here I am going to say some good things that I realized about the ISTJ and the ENFP that I have not ever thought possible. Now first, I really like the ISTJ in this series. This ISTJ really stands for his rights. He's willing to fight. He's willing to do what maybe the INTJ is unwilling to do.
졸업 예정자라고 과제 참여 안 하고 대리 출석까지 봐주면 성실하게 수업 참여한 다른 학생들에게 공정하지 못한 거 아닌가요? 인정?
At the beginning of this series, the ISTJ strikes off the names of his teammates because they are free riders. If you did not contribute, then you deserve to be out. I think this sense of moral righteousness is correct. But in reality, not every MBTI type will have the courage to do that, to report this kind of injustice. I think the ISTJ has done a good job in this. And something that we can learn from the ISTJ is, if we are in a disadvantaged position and justice must be held, then we can fight for it. Nonetheless, I think that ISTJs can improve on one point. They are usually too logical. They see things as too surface or too factual or too evidence-based. In the real world, sometimes things don't happen logically. You have to accept that. Now, what is one thing that I really like about the ENFP in this series? I think this ENFP is really full of himself to the oblivion of the surrounding. I think there is really nothing wrong in feeling very good about yourself, because based on the law of attraction, if you really believe that you are good looking, then you will become good looking. I think most MBTI types will not be able to sashay down the staircase like this one. But as an ENTJ, I think I could potentially be like that. I want to try. I also understand that while the ISTJ can be very rigid and strict, they are harmless. While the ENFP can have a very bad sense of time and they can always be late and they sometimes make people angry, but they don't mean harm as well. So overall, I am really happy that I watched this series. I enjoyed it a lot. I would say that this is one of the very rare times where I actually watched a serial starring an ISTJ and an ENFP and actually like the couple. Okay viewers, I believe that some of you may be here because you are a fan of Semantic Error and you really like this serial. If you do share with me what you like about each character personality-wise. Okay, at Channel NITT, we do a lot of videos on MBTI related stuff. If you have enjoyed this video, do give us a like and do consider subscribing if you want to see more MBTI related videos. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and I'll see you now next episode. Bye bye.